Every year, Goodyear brings some really exciting innovations to their stand here at the Geneva Motor Show. Let's take a look and see what they've brought this year.
The first look at the latest concept tyres from the Goodyear Dunlop house could make even an expert stop and think. But the ball tyre is a true innovation and could produce a lasting effect on how we think about mobility.
Wir kennen alle den Reifen der klassischen Art.
We all know what traditional tyres look like. They're black and round with a hole in the middle. But here we have something quite different, a ball. And if you consider the advantage of the ball, then you see very quickly that the mobility restrictions in a ball are very different from a traditional tyre. A ball can move in all directions. Therefore, here we have the concept of the Eagle 360, which no longer looks like a traditional tyre. It's round, it's spherical, and has a completely different surface structure. We see that it has no directional lines anywhere, not just in the tread, and so it can rotate anywhere. We are of course considering mobility in a significantly wider way. Of course, we also have the situation that the permanent rotation of wear is considerably more uniform than a conventional tyre. However, it's not only the form that makes the tyre so extraordinary. Autonomous driving makes it increasingly important to receive as much data as possible to assess the vehicle's environment optimally. But what makes the tyre really smart, and autonomous driving is indeed a very high form of intelligence, is that the tyre, and especially the surface, is full of sensors. These sensors measure the conditions, measure the road, measure temperature, measure the surface structure, and then use this information to modify its own surface structure, adjusting it so that the adhesion criteria and the performance of the tyre can be optimized locally. One very promising development from the Eagle 360 regarding to its surface is that the tyre can detect whether the road is wet or dry. This enables the tyre to react. In the dry state, thanks to a flatter profile section, the tyre provides more stability and thus performance. In wet conditions, the tread depth automatically adjusts to accommodate more water, guaranteeing optimal grip. The unusual shape of the concept tyre Goodyear Eagle 360 also requires a new way of attaching to the vehicle, but here too there are already solutions. In addition, we also see that there is something missing. The fact that there is no rim means that we must use a different method of connecting the tyre to the vehicle. We have considered utilizing the technology of magnetic levitation to achieve this. That is, we have an electric motor in there which generates a magnetic field in the socket for the wheel housing, which repels the wheels as required, creating a car which is seated on 4 balls. As a ball can rotate in all directions, this will allow for new and especially friction-free suspension designs, meaning that vehicles of the future could not only move in all directions, but also do it in a highly efficient way.
The Eagle 360 is a completely unique tyre, and it's almost impossible to imagine it actually being fitted to a car. But then again, if we'd have told you 20 years ago that your tyre could tell you what the pressure was, you probably wouldn't have believed that either.